how do we deal with the anger and the fear that inevitably come up in these relationships? And there's one unhelpful way to go about this, one that I'm sure we've all heard at some point, and that's just to push the anger away, to suffer quietly in a kind of sanctified victimization. I mean, you know you're in the right? And you'll be blessed, and that should be enough for you. Jesus was a martyr. You should be a martyr too. And that approach sees unjust suffering as somehow inherently righteous. But anyone who has ever seen this knows that it rarely ends well. It can lead to a numbing of the self, a plummeting of self-worth, a built-up resentment that comes out sideways. This kind of servile quietude is rarely healthy for anybody involved. And then you've got the other side of the spectrum, which is just to let it loose. You've decided that justice sits on the altar of your heart, and anyone who doesn't get that can just go to hell, and you can show them how to get there. And while that feels like the more preferable of the two options, it can, in fact, be healthy in some situations. The problem is it can also cause more problems than it solves. We wind up just mirroring the aggression rather than embodying something new, eroding our own health and locking us into this sectarian bitterness, us against them. And I don't think I can argue for a universal answer to this question. There are times when biting your tongue is probably the most strategic way to go. And there are times when being loud and just being mad is what you need. And also, I believe living the pattern of the anointed means creatively finding ways that don't mirror or repress suffering, but transform it. Hatred does not cease by hatred, the Buddha once taught, but only by love. That is an eternal rule. When they ask you what you're doing, the author of 1 Peter writes, tell them the truth, and as best you can, do it with gentleness and respect. We can't say we're a people of love and then default to treating others with resentment and condescension. If they malign us, may it be a judgment on them, not us. We're going to live in tension with our neighbors either way, so it might as well be tense because we're doing what's right, not because we're constantly acting out of that sense of condescension or resentment. Remember the pattern of the anointed, that he loved us even when we were his enemies, in order that we might come to see the truth.